Good morning, children. Here I am, your English teacher. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Today, I am going to teach the second lesson of your book, The First Flight. The name of the lesson is Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. Have you heard about Nelson Mandela? You must have studied about him in social sciences. Nelson Mandela was a great leader who worked for the freedom of the blacks in South Africa. Blacks were ill treated in their own country by the whites. And this lesson is a portion from his autobiography. You know what is autobiography? Autobiography is the writing about myself. If I write about my work, my life, my career, that is an autobiography. You know what is biography? Supposing I am writing about somebody's, maybe yours, any one of yours, life, hobbies, and career, that is called biography. Okay. You know what is apartheid? Apartheid is a political system that separates people according to their race. And in South Africa, Nelson Mandela worked for this apartheid. It's a bad system prevalent in South Africa. Now we are going to study an extract from his autobiography. And in this there was an inaugural function when he became the first black president of South Africa in 1994. The inaugural ceremony took place in Pretoria in South Africa, and that was attended by politicians, dignitaries from more than 140 countries. And he spoke on that day very nicely about what he was, how did he work for the freedom of the people. And he spoke about courage, he spoke about obligation, and not only that, he spoke about those people who really dedicated, sacrificed their life for this freedom of the blacks. And he remembered many of them. And the inaugural function was on 10th May. And he spoke about now listen, he spoke to the people that the victory that the South Africa won, it's a victory for justice, it's a victory for peace, it's a victory for human dignity. Not only South Africa, but the whole nation of the world. And he spoke that never and never again shall be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. And he spoke about the harshest and most inhuman activities done by the whites and how the people suffered. And he also spoke about the unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of people of South Africa who suffered, who sacrificed, who dedicated their courage, their life, their everything to the country. And he mentioned those people like the men of extraordinary courage. And he named some of them. They were Oliver Tabos, Walter Sisoulas, the Yusuf Daduds, the Bram Fishers, etc. And he said actually they had the courage to work. And he spoke that courage is was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. And he spoke that South Africa is a very rich country. They are very rich in minerals, rich in diamond, rich in gold. And he said that, and other than all these natural resources, the greatest wealth of its people is the trainer, the purest, which is trainer and truer than the purest diamond. What is that? That is the people. The greatest wealth of the country is the people. He said, in everybody's life, your life, my life, has got twin obligations. Number one, the obligation to the family. The family include our parents, wife or husband, and children. So we have got obligation to our family members, parents, wife, husband, who are the members of the family. We have got an obligation. Then second is people, community. We have got an obligation to our own people, our own community in which we belong, or our country. These are the two main obligations he spoke. And he said everyone has to fulfill these two obligations. This is a teaching for us also. We at present we read about him now. So we also have to fulfill our responsibility to our family, our parents, our brothers and sisters. And not only that, we have got a responsibility to our own people, our own country, our neighbors, everywhere. Then only we can enjoy peace. We can grow, we can develop, we can progress. And he was telling that he was not born with a hunger to free. He was very free when he's in a younger age. He used to roam around. He used to have in his field. He used to have swimming in his own stream or in neighborhood stream. And later, when he grew up, he realized that actually many of the freedom he was not granted. Then he realized that I'm not free, and many of my brothers and sisters, they are not free. Then he realized that actually they are under foreign rule, or they are under the oppression of the whites. And he said, it was not just my freedom that was curtailed, but freedom of everyone who looked like I did. Then actually he realized that now I'm not totally free. I am under voids, and not only me, other people, my brothers, my sisters, my countrymen are oppressed. That is why he joined the African National Congress, and he won the election, and he became the first black president of South Africa. And he said that a man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. He should be locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow mindedness. I'm not truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom. Just as surely as I'm not free when my freedom is taken from me. And he said, one who is oppressed and the oppressor, one who is oppressing, alike are robbed of their humanity. And Nelson Mandela was speaking about courage. He spoke about our obligation to life, people, family, and he worked hard for freedom of the blacks. And many years he was in the jail. So again, he spoke the greatest wealth of the country is its people, not gold, not diamond. Okay, the victory for justice, the victory for peace, the victory for human dignity for everybody, every nation. That was what he said, the victory of South Africa.